Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my humble home, my humble casa, my hacienda here in windy Livingston, Montana. And it is windy today, too. Okay, today's date is the 7th of February of the year of our Lord of 20 and 22. I don't think I've said 20 and 21 one time in this brandy new year. Okay, what I thought I would do with this video here, I'm going to do a very short, very informal, I'm going to try to keep it short anyway, very informal movie file on handgun safety, sidearm safety, that kind of stuff. I don't think in all my 900 and some odd videos that I've done a safety video. I've mentioned firearm safety lots of times. I know I have. But I'm going to, now look, folks, don't get too bored. You might learn something. Maybe you won't. But at least I can say I've done my part to try to educate people, because most people that are gun haters, firearm haters, and like that, they don't know nothing about them. You know, they just think that everybody that owns a firearm should be locked up or hung, or that we're killers or something like that. I got news for you. The government can have my firearms. All they got to do, or anybody that wants them, is come and get them. You know what I'm trying to tell you? That wouldn't be a nice scene, because I'm not giving up my firearms for anybody. Up here in this country in Montana, we got grizzly bears, great big smelly grizzly bears with 20 claws that are 4 inches long that'll tear you a brand new rear end. Make no mistake about this. I usually pack a Glock 20, 10 millimeter for that kind of stuff, but I don't go hunting grizzly bears. I've never shot one in my life, but I stay prepared. You know, matter of fact, my house is well protected. Let me just put it to you that way. But okay, here is for the. I'm just going to use this piece right here for a demonstration. Okay, it's in its holster here. It's a 911. It's a Kimber model 911 45 ACP. That's the caliber. 45 caliber ACP stands for Army Colt Pistol. Automatic Colt pistol, something along those lines. Anyway, it was developed by John Browning in 1911. That's why most people call it the 1911. Of course, this is a souped up model. Matter of fact, this guy right here it's a Kimber, Kimber. As everybody knows, these are very expensive, but this is a custom TLE/RL2. Now, the reason why I'm blabbering about all this stuff is if you get a piece in your hand, you need to know what it is. You need to know if it's a semi-auto loader. You need to know if it's a wheel gun, i.e. a revolver, a single shot revolver, a double shot revolver, a double action revolver, single action, and on like that. Because the more you know about your piece, the safer you're going to be. It's just that doggone simple, in my humble opinion. Okay? For example, I'm going to run you through a little test. What's that guy right there do? I know you don't know. What's that guy right there do? Okay, what does this guy right here do? What does this guy right here do? What does this right here do? And this goes on and on, you know? What's this little button right here do? They all got a purpose, you know? This guy right here is a slide catch, okay? It allows me to take this piece and rock it back like that and lock it. Okay, like that. That's what that does. This right here is a safety, the main safety. This is another safety. This guy hiding right underneath there is a hammer. This right here is a clip release. Let me pop it out. There's a clip right there, okay? All right. This is referred to as the slide. This is the trigger right here. This is the sights. That's what I'm talking about. You need to get to know your firearm. In my humble opinion, if you don't know, you can't be safe. Okay? Then when it comes to these firearms like this, you need to treat everyone, I don't care if it's a wheel gun, a revolver, or whatever, you need to treat every one of these pieces like if they were loaded. You know, treat them like they were loaded. And another thing you need to do when somebody hands you a piece, like say if my son-in-law or somebody walked into my place and say, "Oh, hey, look, Jim, look at the new Sig Sauer I bought here." One of the first things you want to do is rack this slide back, take a look down in there, make sure there's no round in the chamber, and you need to pop this clip out like this and make sure that there's no rounds in here. And on a wheel gun, you just simply need to check that cylinder. Spin it around or do whatever you got to do. But make sure you know the status of the piece, loaded or unloaded. Okay. Now, what else was I going to talk about? Okay, let me let this down. Let that down. Now I'm going to pull this trigger. It's not going to hurt anything, because of the way this piece is. But one thing I wanted to talk about for just a second is these holsters here. I know a lot of guys like to quick draw, practice quick draw. Don't do that. You want to know why? If you get a little twitchy with your trigger finger or something like that, you might blow your manhood off. Your wife might be missing your manhood. You know what I'm talking about? Or you're going to blow your leg off or you're going to blow something off. So don't practice this quick drawing stuff. That's dangerous. And what else can I holler about? Never put your finger like this inside of the trigger well unless you're going to shoot. Like this. Never put your finger on the trigger. Hello there, wife. That'll be a good break there. She's coming in with all kinds of groceries to keep this big man going. Okay, but never put your finger inside of this trigger well like this until you are ready to shoot. And make doggone sure that your reason to shoot isn't breaking any laws. Because that's where a lot of guys get in trouble, okay? It's just that doggone simple. And also, when you take a look down range, when you look down range at whatever you're going to be shooting at, you need to get a picture of the background and everything that's kind of around there so you can avoid shooting somebody that you don't want to shoot or whatever have you. And so that's the way it is. So, know what's beyond your target. As a matter of fact, know what your target is. So here we are at a very simple thing. Know your firearm, know its functionality, know if it's loaded or unloaded, know what your target is. Don't put your hand inside this trigger well until you're ready to use it. And learn, for God's sakes, how to load these pistols. Like you take like this pistol right here. Here is the stock magazine in this particular. I don't really particularly like the stock magazine. Matter of fact, I got a couple. I got these from Kimber. I've got two of them. They're 10-round magazines. You can see that right there. This will hold 10 rounds, and one in the pipe makes 11 rounds. Okay. I know that looks kind of funny, but that gives you most of these 911s, semi-auto loaders like this only hold like 8 rounds. But the only other thing I want to talk about, other than being safety conscious, but blah, 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 whatever have you, is loading these doggone things. My advice is to use one of these loaders right here. One of these doggone things. I don't know if you folks know what these things are, but they help you overcome the spring that's in the clip and help you push rounds down in here. It's just that simple. Now let me grab this little sack right here. Carries a bunch of dummy rounds. They're called snap caps. They're not even bullets. They're practice. They're just called snap caps. No real bullets, no real primers, no real nothing. But this morning when I was getting ready to do this, I poured this out and I found 3 live rounds in there. The whole Alec Baldwin thing. You know what I mean? You got to make sure like this is a live round. It really shouldn't even be in with my practice snap caps, but it's a live round. And I know doggone well it looks a lot different than this guy right here. So this is another safety deal. Know what kind of ammunition that you're putting in your piece. That's absolutely a safety factor. So basically all I'm going to do here is set this down and take this loader right here. Now, the way this works is you just take and you pinch in on that thing right there. You see that right there? All it does is just to compress that spring and allows you to put a snap cap in. You release it like that, come back over the bullet, push it down. See? Put in another snap cap. Release it, release the little tongue, pull it up, down again. And load up another one real quick like here so I can get. I mean, this is a lot faster than bruising your thumb and pushing them. I think it's a lot safer too. At least this way. Okay, I put a bunch of them in there anyway. And of course, just remember, this is made by, Magpul. You can get these, most sporting goods stores and stuff carry these for about $25, but they're well worth it. So, but like I say, don't get your snap caps or whatever have you mixed up with your real ammo. That's another safety thing, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, I popped 7 of them in there. Okay. Now, where am I sitting here with time? Okay, I didn't want to make this real long. I'm at 11 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I covered a lot of territory in a quick hurry, but I didn't want to get too carried away. You just have to treat a firearm like it's a dangerous tool or like a tool that will hurt you. Like I've told people in the past, young people or whatever have you, if you look at take a firearm or a hand sidearm or a pistol or whatever and look at it like a chainsaw. Chances are, if you don't know anything about a chainsaw, what are you going to do? You're going to cut yourself. Well, it's just like this pistol right here. This doggone thing right here. I can either use this for good, use this for target practice, self-defense, or whatever have you, or I can shoot my leg off, or worse yet, hurt somebody, unneedlessly or needlessly. You see what I'm getting at, Well, same thing with a chainsaw. If you're not familiar with a chainsaw or whatever have you, that chainsaw can get your winter supply of wood, or you can cut your leg off with a doggone thing. It just depends on how you're handling it. And that's the same way it goes for these pistols, just like this. Of course, if you're a criminal or a gang member or any of this stuff, you're probably not going to care anyway. But you people like that, you don't even know what I want to do with you criminals. Because what happens here is that a law-abiding citizen like me, you're messing up with my Second Amendment rights because all these heathens out here want to take my pistols away from me and all that other stuff. Well, all I've got to do, like I said a little while ago, just come and get them. That's all you got to do. Just come and get them. But I'm all about firearm safety, and I just gave you some, concerning pistols, and in this particular case, this is a 45A, ACP model 1911 made by Kimber. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I've got 13 and a half minutes here. That's probably more than enough on this file. I hope you learned something. I really didn't want to make this file. I made one earlier that was 20 minutes long, and I thought that's too long. I don't even like 14 minutes, but that's what we're coming up on. Thank you for watching this. Take care of yourselves, and we shall see you down the trail. And adios, my friends. Yeah, baby.